Namaskar. Thank you for joining. What's up, YouTube? Namaskar. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me live today. So, I know it's been a while, but I promise it's going to be from here on. I'll be joining live very often. So, if you're on Instagram, I'm seeing you. If you're on YouTube, I'm looking at you as well. So, while I'm talking, feel free to throw your questions in the comment chats. So I'll do my best to answer all the questions in the time period that we have today. If not, we'll be doing this often. So make sure to throw your questions in there. So let me know where you are joining the live from. I would like. I'm just curious, where my audience are from. Love to hear if you own any properties. If you do, let me know, like 1, 2, 3. What's your story? So love to know more about you and answer your questions. So that's the purpose of this live. And also make sure, let me know if my audio is clear. Can you hear me properly? Yes, thumbs up, or no? How is my audio? Clear? Yes or no? Yes or no? Detroit, Toronto, perfect. India, oh wow. Awesome. So welcome everyone. So quickly, I want to chat about Windsor market, and then we'll jump into the questions Q&A. So, I know many people are asking, oh, the market is going up. Is it still a good time to buy? Is it still a good time to invest? Or do I just sell my properties that I have? So this is a common question that I'm getting. So let me start with that. Just a quick update on how the Windsor real estate market doing. So right now, the Windsor average home prices are in Windsor is $552,186. So that's the average home price. But if you're looking at an investment property, man, you can still buy a duplex under 450, 500. You can still make it. You can still buy a cash flowing property. You can still buy a single family under 350 here in Windsor. So average home, don't let that scare you, because there are properties, a lot of neighborhoods that are under average home prices. So that's a quick update on that one. And also, one thing that I have seen in this month, especially the October month stats, the number of properties sold in the market has dropped. So again, there is a reason for that, because the number of listings went up by 5%, and the number of properties sold on the market dropped by 15%. So which tells me that last month there were more listings comparative to buyers. So which means, it's a good news for buyers. A lot of buyers out there who are been looking to get into the market, and they were been outbidden by 10, 15 people. So now the biddings definitely has softened a little bit. That doesn't mean that there is no bidding. There is still bidding, depending on the pricing, how they are doing it. So just that's a quick heads up on there. So let me jump into the questions. Awesome, lot of thumbs ups, people from joining from Toronto. Hey Rohan, thank you, loud and clear, awesome. Venkatesh from Toronto, awesome, man. Welcome to my channel. TT, hi. So let me check quickly here on Instagram. Let's go mortgages. Oh, I love that name. Voice is good. Let's talk about BRRRR strategy. Sure, I'll touch on that. Lots of love from London. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. How to find owner of a vacant property in Toronto? Good question. It's not that easy unfortunately in Canada, whereas comparative to in US, you can find the owner details. But in Canada, there are some apps which will tell you who is the owner of the property, but you don't get the contact details. So that's something where you're going to do a lot more digging. Even for those apps where to find the owner name, mostly realtors have access. Maybe make good friends with realtors. So that's the only way, at least as of I know. And Sahas is asking, when is the market crash happening? Man, this is another common question I got. I'm curious, what do you think? Is the market going to crash in Canada? What is your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. on YouTube. Let me know your comments. What do you think? Is the market going to crash in Canada? I'll shut my mouth for a quick minute here. Just curious to see your comments on that situation, the market crash, because I've been hearing that for a while now. No, I don't think so. Rikin, okay, more. At least say thumbs up or thumbs down. Is the market gonna crash? Say thumbs up. If the market is not going to crash, if you think, say thumbs down. Yes or no? Do you think it's gonna crash? Yes. Leave a comment saying yes. If you don't think so, say no. So just of course, I'll throw my thoughts in there as well for sure. So not many people want to talk about maybe next summer it will crash. Okay, thumbs up. So maybe yes, no, couple of yeses, couple of no's. Okay, is not going. Okay, yeah, okay. So a lot of people are optimistic about market. So here's my thoughts. I don't know, man. I know the answer is dumb. I don't know if the market gonna crash or not. But from the stats that I'm seeing, Canada is attracting a lot of immigrants. I don't think the Canada gonna stop attracting more immigrants because now the Trudeau is again back onto the power. Where Trudeau love immigrants because he has a lot of immigrant support and he wants to bring on more immigrants because now this COVID situation has actually, where government has spent a lot of money on EIs, on different things, the funds for helping out people who don't have jobs and all those things. So now they got to recoup that to continue to build the country's economy. So how they going to recoup that? They are not going to drastically increase our taxes because that's going to burden a lot of Canadians, financial situation. So one of the easiest way they can do is bring more qualified employees, qualified immigrants through express entry. That's why they said, in next 3 years they're going to attract at least a million more immigrants to Canada who are like well qualified, who's going to come and work here, hardworking people, and they're going to pay taxes, and also like all the application fees, all the processing fees. So that's all coming into Canada. So when more people coming in, I don't think they can build that many housing in Ontario, or in overall Canada within the 3 years period. So what does that create again? It's a supply and demand, because the biggest thing I have seen in last few years or in last 10 years in Canada, one of the reason the market is doing pretty strong is supply and demand. We have very less supply, and we have a lot of buyers and a lot of people, renters, because more immigrants coming into the country. So if we look at that sense, like personally, I don't think it's going to crash, because we are still attracting those people, and when there are more immigrants coming in, more companies will, more employment will be created, because the employers have more opportunity to attract talent, so they can hire more people. So again, that's my thought process. That's one of the strong reason, and real estate contribute quite drastically to Canadian economy. So Canada has been doing very well in adjusting to not to let the market crash. That's why they always like come up with this stress test when people are going crazy. They try to bring up this foreign buyer taxes and all those things to control things, which they've been doing pretty well. That's why, like, even in 2008, the market has crashed, but we have seen only like 10% or 15% drop for a temporary period, and then again back up to normal. And same thing when the COVID hit, 2018, 19, sorry, 20. I feel like forever the COVID has been, but even COVID also made an impact on the market, but only for short term. Like if you're living in Toronto, this, pretty much that the market has been only for few, probably a month, dropped and then recouped again. So that's my thought process. But as an investor, what I really care is, I don't really focus much on is the market going to crash or not. Rather, I would focus on what can I buy. Can I buy and a property under market value, which means need some cosmetic updates or anything, I can force the appreciation. So now I got some uh, equity built as soon as I bought it. And then I want to make sure I'm buying a property that is going to cash flow, because the biggest thing, cash flow, is my main strategy from the beginning. And now I'm buying the properties even now, but I want to make sure my properties are going to cash flow with the rents, even with the conservative rents. So then I'm like, even if the market crashes, so I hope not, but again, you never know, because we are not like the economists who can predict the market. Even our best, the most influencer, uh, best investor in the world, Warren Buffett, said even he cannot predict the market. So a normal Joe like us, how can we predict that market, right? So instead, buy the properties that can cash flow. No matter what happens to the market, you can hold on to those properties during that crash period, and just only sell when the market is in a high. So if you have bought like 4 or 5 years ago, now you want to exit and take your money out and put it into different assets. So that's a great strategy, because now you build solid asset. If you're buying now, because if you're a brand new person, you don't own any assets, you gotta own assets, because this is the um, time where everything is depreciating, all the liabilities, whereas the assets like hard assets are the only one that is going to keep on appreciating over the period, over a long period, like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, over the period. And also you're leveraging your money. Real estate, that's a cool thing. If you're putting 100,000 and someone is giving you 400,000, and no matter what happens to the market in next 20 years, one thing is guaranteed, is your renters will pay down your 400,000 mortgage in next 20-25 years. So that means 20-25 years down the road, your 100,000 turned into 500,000. So do your math. I did my math in the past. It comes around like 13%, which is like almost any a solid stock can do. That's just the mortgage pay down. If we get appreciation on top of it, fantastic. If you get cash flow on top of it, now your returns will go up 30-35%, 40% as well. So very, very conservatively, you can say, you can definitely at least have that guaranteed mortgage pay down returns, which is 13% a year in a long run. So that's my take on it. Let me quickly jump on questions here. Yeah, a lot of people yes, and some people are no. Do you need to graduate from college or university to be a real estate agent in Canada? Kenny, great question. Many people have been asking me about this. So I don't know about when you're a student, but I know if you have a work permit or permanent residency, you can apply for real estate license. Go check on humbercollege.ca real estate course. They have a lot more details in there, how to qualify. And also I have a video. I'll ask my team to put up the link in here, how to get a real estate license in Ontario. If you search on YouTube, just get your real estate license Ontario, you will see a video where I made a detailed process how you can get a license. Wait till those immigrants start to buy houses, prices are going to skyrocket again. So that's true. That's what happening for all these years. Process fees is less than $800. Proof of funds needed for 4 people is 3,000. Salary is 70K. House price is $1 million. Only rich Chinese, Russian investors may buy. Again, so that's what happening in bigger cities, right? That's why if you're in a lower salary bracket and you cannot afford in bigger cities, that's exactly when smaller cities like Windsor come into picture, right? So you got to look into outside your comfort zone and get out of that bigger city and look up the smaller cities where you can afford. That's a big part of it. That's exactly why most of my client base, a lot of our clients come to us to help, to get help on finding a property here in Windsor. Cities like Windsor is your best bet, because here you can still find a home for not $1 million. For $1 million, you can get like 6-7 unit building here. So you got to look outside your comfort zone. Venkatesh, hope that answered your question. Ace trucker Raju's salary doesn't have to do anything with the house price. However, got dollars will drive the market, and real estate agents ruin the market by driving the price up. Oh man, I wish real estate agents can control the prices. I really wish. Honestly, real estate agents are not the one who is going to drive the price. The buyers and the sellers, the demand and the supply is going to drive the price, in my opinion. Because if there are buyers to buy the homes, that's only when the sellers will demand for more, right? Because there are more buyers, not because there are more agents. So there are a lot of agents, I'm going to increase my price. No, the buyers have, there should be buyers, then only you can increase the price. I wish agents can drive the price. Billion dollar mindset. Hey Mark, thank you, great take on this, thank you so much. And what are your view on Edmonton? We are planning to buy a house in next 6 months. Cheapster Hamster. I love the name. Cheapster Hamster. Honestly, I have no clue about BC market. I'm actually working on right now researching, because a lot of people asked about what are my top pick cities, like top 10 cities in Canada. So me and my team working on that. So we will come with you probably another live, and another video will be coming out soon on that topic. As of now, I don't have a data, so I wish, sorry. But if any one of you know about BC, please help in the comments. And what markets, Saran asks, what market do you suggest to invest in next 6 to 12 months? As of now, of course, I still love Windsor market. But again, mm, like I mentioned, I'm working on that top 10 picks. So that will answer your question better shortly. Sky Brown, I'm not familiar with Windsor, and I was hoping you could enlighten me with the property selling prices. Are homes still selling over asking? If so, how much? Great question, Sky. Definitely, again, the selling over asking or asking price really depends on how the property is listed, because that's one thing where I see a lot of new people get distracted. That's exactly why, if you're new to the market, you don't know anything about the market, talk to a local real estate agent. So here me and my team, we will help you to analyze that. So a quick tips on how you can know whether the property going to sell over asking or not. You need to know the data, what's really selling, what type of similar type of property, what are the properties selling around it. If you're looking at a 3-bedroom 2-bath house in a, let's say, a Walkerville area, and you're looking at a property that is nicely updated, now you got to look at the property sold in that Walkerville area for that 3-bedroom 2-bath, something similar. What are the comparables, and what does the comparables come at? So if the value of that comparables, let's say around 450, and the property now listed for 299, now you can pretty much expect that property will be selling over asking. So obviously they listed the price just to get the bidding wars. So the listing price doesn't mean anything. It's the price that seller and the seller agent picked based on their strategy. And what you as a buyer have to look at is ask your agent to give you the data. What's the market data for that property? So we as agents, me and my team, if you're looking in Windsor, we can give you that data. Hey, here's the property, here's what we think the market value of this property is based on XYZ comparables. That's what you need to know. Funny Pramod, are you planning to invest in US like Detroit, Florida? Good question, Funny. So I was talking to a few people there. Actually, my very good friend Dan Crasby, who is known as Lambert Lockdove, he started investing in Florida. So I have a video coming up soon. Why Canadians looking to invest, some of them in Florida and Detroit, those kind of cities. As of now, I'm still doing some research. I don't know yet. I'm still investing in Windsor because I still can find good deals here. But if anything changes in future, definitely you will see some videos on it. Hon, sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. I have one garage suite home in Edmonton. That's it. I don't. Okay. is adding ADU both in backyard and basement or more popular in Windsor now? Yes. So great question. It's getting popular now, especially that's my favorite strategy right now. I'm working on two projects, my own projects that I'm doing, one in the basement, one at detached garage, detached ADU, because now I'm buying this single family around 500,000. I'm investing another 250,000 into it. So now at 700, 750 in a good location, I have 3 units. Technically, it's a triplex. So that means now my per unit price went down to 200, 250 range. So now my cash flow is over $1,000 very conservatively after all expenses. I'm making positive $1,000 cash flow. So first of all, in a great neighborhood, having cash flowing properties is a tough thing. So if you can have those things, then it's a great strategy. So that's exactly why I think that ADU concept is getting popular nowadays, and it's been working out very well in a lot of bigger cities. If you're from Toronto, Brampton, or Mississauga, or any of those bigger cities, you would have seen those basement ADUs from a while, because at that point the prices have been increasing. So that's another thing, right? It leads to another point that I want to make here. If the property prices are going up, you got to find creative ways to increase your cash flow, not by buying anything that does not cash flow, because that's what can help you if the market, something happens to the market. If you have a cash flowing property, now you're on the safe side because you can hold on to it for long run. And let me check some questions here on Instagram. What was your favorite form of prospecting when you first started? So this is related to agent question. So my favorite form of prospecting is networking. I used to attend a lot of networking events, and when I go to the networking event, I see a lot of people who just hand over their card, they just talk randomly, and then they leave. They expect that people to call them, but it doesn't work out that way anymore. When I go to a networking event, I genuinely put my phone aside, put my cards. I don't even give my business cards. I'll talk to the people. I'll find out about them. I'll tell about myself. I'll make a connection, and I'll take that connection into my Facebook friends. I will add them to my Facebook list. I'll add them on Instagram. I'll follow them. So now they're following me. I'm following them. Of course, I'll try my best to take the contact number, but now they're in my inner circle. So whatever I'm posting now, that's exactly what I used to do, and that's how exactly I got my first few clients. People have been, I made connections in the networking events, and then they've been on my Facebook friends, and of course I have their contact number. And when they saw me got my license, I posted that, like, hey, I got my license, I'm excited about my real estate license, because now I can not only just enjoy buying process, now I can help other people exactly do what I'm doing. Because I really believe in real estate. Real estate is the best platform in the world that can give financial freedom, because nothing else solid than a solid asset. Because no matter what, the earth is not going to expand. So that's what I used to do. Networking, a lot of networking events. A lot of people I connected is through networking events. Sorry, the Instagram got distracted for a second there because of my call. So going back, a lot of my friends, a lot of my clients, they became friends through the networking. And then the second one is, of course, I started my YouTube channel. That if you're watching me, you would have seen my videos. Few people started to see from my, like, the day I registered for real estate license, I started my content. I started talking about my journey. I started talking about my investing strategies and all those things, about Windsor and all those things. So those also got me a lot of prospects. Stan, love you for your motivation, and love from Telangana. Thank you, brother. Shrava, how long will it take you to rent the property after you bought it? Can you BRRRR after a year? Another good question. So in Windsor, if you have a decent property, if you're pricing it right, renting should not take more than 2-3 weeks. If it's taking more than 2-3 weeks, that means you're not marketing the property well. Make sure market it on Facebook Marketplace, Kijiji, and all the groups. There are a lot of Facebook groups where people are looking for rents. So make sure you market well. You should be able to do it within that time period. And answering regarding the BRRRR strategy, how long does it take? Can you BRRRR within a year? Yeah, absolutely. If you do a right, if you pick the right property, add right value, definitely you can. Instagram audio is not clear. Not coming at all. Okay, 1 second. Sorry guys, looks like my audio got stuck on Instagram. Let me know if you guys can hear me on Instagram. Can you guys hear me? Is my audio on? No, still no. Audio off. Oops, sorry. How about my audio now? Can you guys hear my audio now? Yes or no? Oops. So looks like, sorry, man. I gotta log off, I guess. Your live video. Nope. Maybe I gotta log out or log in. Sas, can you check if is there any way I can turn on the audio here? Can you hear me now? Is the audio on Instagram up or no? Oops. Sorry guys, I don't know what happened there on Instagram. Probably I'll continue to answer the questions here. There are a lot of questions. Can you guys hear me on Instagram? Yes or no? Can you hear me on Instagram, Saz? Yes, nope, nope. Sorry guys for the technical issues here. No. Okay, maybe then I gotta log off and join again. Instagram, sorry for the interruption. I'm gonna log out. I'm gonna log out on the Instagram live and I'm gonna log in back. Can you guys hear me now? Okay. While sorry for the interruption. Let me know if you join back again live on Instagram. Let me know if my audio is clear here. Okay. Can you guys hear me on Instagram? Yes, perfect, perfect. Sounds good. Thank you, Sas. Okay, so let me go back to the questions here. As you mentioned about Windsor market before, do you think buying a property on work permit and house hacking here would be a good opportunity at the current market prices? Oops. So here another question regarding buying a house hack when you're on work permit. So in my opinion, um, I got my first property when I'm on work permit, and of course the market has shifted, and there is no way that we can predict that it's going to go back or go up or down. But definitely there are good duplexes, triplexes that you can find and house hack. And when you're on a work permit, if you have a full-time job or you have a consistent income, there are a lot of lenders who will lend you for 5% down or 10% down. So why do you want to wait? In real estate, my personal opinion, always buy and wait instead of waiting and buying, because we don't know how long you're going to wait. Instead, now you leverage your money, you get 10% down instead of paying the rents, your mortgage. But if you can do that on if you can house hack and someone else pay your mortgage down, so if the market continue to appreciate, now you can enjoy the appreciation along with the mortgage pay down. And if the market goes down, now because you are saving your money on the rent, you can go buy another one because now the market has moved. So you got to navigate around Oops, now the video on. Oh, wow. Okay. Sorry for the disturbance here. Okay, can you guys see me on YouTube? Hey, Jamili. Heard a lot about you from Melina. Cannot wait to work with you in future. Thank you, man. Definitely. Perfect. So we are back live on both. So do you still need to pay taxes for paying property tax, insurance, maintenance on your property? Do you still need to pay taxes after paying your property tax, insurance, maintenance on your property? Uday, what are you referring to the taxes? Yes, you will have land transfer tax, but you can get rebate up to 4,000 on your first property. And yes, any net income that you're making on a property is definitely, will be taxable income. Of course, that's where real estate come into picture. You write off as many things as possible to show zero income. That's another different topic. But yeah, if you are making a net income on your rental, you have to pay taxes on it. um, of course, check with your accountant. I'm not an accountant. Just a disclaimer there. Hi, Aditya. What is the ARV once you convert single family to triplex? Can you run those numbers? 500 slash Reno, 200 plus ARV. Good question. Cycling investor. I love that name. Here's the thing. Because the concept is new, here's my, it's just a as of now for that converting single family into triplex is all methodology as of now. Like there is no data I can prove the ARV will be X amount, but here is my predictions based on the project that I'm doing right now. So I bought this property under 500. So I'm putting another 200,000. So it's going to be around like our total cost into the project will be 700,000 around there. So at 700,000, I'm assuming the minimum value, even if he doesn't consider the third unit, the appraiser, I should get minimum of 700,000. But on a best case scenario in this neighborhood, based on the square footage, based on the income, based on the units, I should have realistically 900,000 has a market value. So if I refinance at 900,000, I'll get all my money out at 80% loan to value. But if I refinance at 700,000, I'll be left with like 180,000, 160,000 into the deal. It's not 100% BRRRR, but it's a great investment for me personally because I love the location. I love the cash flow potential, and I can refinance after 1 or 2 years when there is more comparables. So that's my estimation on the single family to triplex. Yes, 900,000. That's again, like I said, if the appraiser can look at, because now you have a detached brand new home on the side, right? That's another home. And plus the single family, just the single family updated in that area are selling around 600 to 650. So 600 to 650 plus the detached home at least should be valued at the construction value 200,000. So 200,000 plus 650, 850. That's like very conservatively. How about the basement unit? The unit has to be valued at 50. But again, I'm not that optimistic. I did my numbers at 700,000. So I'm hoping 700,000. I'm still happy. But if I can convince the appraiser well with all my numbers and data and all the statistics, maybe I can try. I'll keep you guys posted on how it goes. Okay, so here, could you elaborate what is the refinancing in BRRRR strategy? So great question, Sailesh. So if you don't know what's BRRRR strategy, I'll quickly run what's BRRRR strategy is. So this strategy became very popular in recent times because it's the way where you won't run out of money, because the strategy is B stands for buy, R stands for renovate, and another R stands for rent, another R stands for refinance. So what it means is you're buying a property that you can add value in different forms, maybe adding a bedrooms or finishing the basement or improving the kitchen, washroom, flooring, painting, all those things. You're doing all those strategic renovations, and now you're going and renting it out for the market rents, and now you're going to the bank and saying that, hey, now my property value has increased from X to Y, and I want to put a new mortgage based on the new value. So that's called refinancing. You already have a mortgage existing, which was when you purchased. And now, because you have done strategic renovations and you have increased your income and your value went up, so you're asking the bank to reevaluate the property at a new value based on the current condition. So now the new value, so I'll give a simple example here. Let's say you bought a property for 350,000 and you invested 50,000 into the property. So now your total into the project 400,000, and if your new value of that property is 500,000, so now your bank appraised the property for 500,000, so they lend you 80% to the 500,000 if it's a residential property. So 80% of 500 is 400,000. So they're putting new mortgage on 400,000. So that means they're giving you 400,000 and you will pay your old mortgage and your renovation cost. So technically that's a perfect BRRRR. So that's what refinancing the BRRRR strategy means. And let me know if there is any still confusions, because for especially new people who are just getting in, it's a lot of confusion there. How much does it cost to dig and connect the drain sewers to the back unit to the main house? So that's a tough question because I still haven't started that process yet. Just we are still we are in the drawing phases. We have the drawings ready. We submitted to the city, but I'm estimating again. It's because you're already connecting to the existing sewer line. You're not doing a new line to the city line. You're just connecting to your existing line. So probably it's the plumbing cost, how far the ADU is from that existing line. So it's going to be based on that, the plumbing cost and the plumber cost, the material of the pipes and all those things, and the plumber cost. So I would say it should be under 15,000, at the max 20,000. Again, that really varies based on the location and all those things. So that's where you got to work with the right person. And I have my partner is actually a GC. He helped my clients for renovation projects. So maybe I can. Sorry, I think Instagram is getting snapped when I have a call coming in. Let me know if you guys can hear me on Instagram. Yes, okay, perfect. So whenever I get a call on Instagram, I think it's getting something there. So yeah, that work with a contractor, get someone in there, get a quotation. That's what I did. My partner, he's a contractor, so he knows. He gave me an overall estimation, which on our project probably we are estimating between 15 to 20,000. Ramit, hello. I'm planning to take real estate course and join Save Max Reality. They have a 50/90 scheme under full-time realtor. When they provide leads and marketing help, you're clicking on this scheme. Oh wow, scheme means it sounds so complicated for me. uh, so Ramit, here's what I would do if I were you, and here's what I have done. I was a brand new agent when I got my license, and I didn't look at all this brick and mortar brokerages, because I worked with I joined the EXP, where they have a fantastic training and all global, cloud platform, where I have an opportunity to have a solid mentors, and instead I build my own pipeline for leads and all those things. So if you want that help, leads and all those things, instead of brokerage, because brokerage has a lot of agents, they will promise a lot of people. At least I don't know about them, but generally a lot of people promise you a lot of leads, but at the end they have a lot of agents. They're not going to give you all those leads. So, and even if they give you the leads, they might not be the qualified leads. So you gotta either join a team, or you find you build your own pipeline of those leads, find your unique strengths and create your own. Oops, cannot hear again. Shoot. Sorry, Instagram gone again. Can you guys hear me on Instagram? No sound. Shit. Sorry for the swear word there. It's just kind of fear, even though I put, does anyone know about these technical issues? If I receive a phone call, the Instagram is muting by itself, and I did put in do not disturb mode. Still, the audio is getting chopped off like that. Do you guys have a solution? Please let me know in the comments, because that's something weird for the first time happening. Okay, I'm back live on Instagram again. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, perfect. So when did you buy your first investment property? How big is your portfolio at present? Uh, Great questions, As. So I bought my first property in 2017 March. So I got my first property on 2017 March, which was a house hack. Again, at that point, the market prices were different, because the market has been started appreciating in Windsor from 2016. So I was right at the beginning on my first property. So my first property was like 102,000. Was like totally a horrible place. But again, I bought that and I did some improvements. I lived in 1 bedroom unit, rented out 3 bedroom unit. At that time, the 3 bedroom unit rents were low. The price was low and all the rent was low as well. But at least the 3 bedroom unit rent was paying my mortgage and the expenses. So I was living for free. So that's how I started. I started with house hack. And even in this market, you can still find a property where you can definitely, you know, um, buy that can at least pay your mortgage. And if you're creative, you can even buy the property where you can live for free. So going back, fast forward, now it's been 4 years close to. I have 36 doors. Bought like a lot of single families after that, couple of duplexes, and last year I bought a 17 unit building. Now I'm doing a couple of flips, and that's my portfolio right now, 36 units. And I'm still working on growing it, because the real estate is a snowball effect. The first property took me 6 months to find. I started looking for a first property in 2016 September, and I bought it after 6 months. But the second property, literally when I was ready, I bought it within 1 week. And the other properties likewise. Pretty much it's a snowball effect. It starts very small and start to get bigger and bigger, because the real estate is a slow process. It's going to take years to build that momentum. So you got to be very careful with the income that you're making and the investment that you're making, and keep on reinvesting back into your real estate. So after a period of like 3, 4, 5 years, you will be like surprised. Actually, I was surprised. I don't know if you watched my recent video. I made a video on how much cash flow I'm making in total right now. If you haven't checked out, check out that. Like I shared about each and every property, how much cash flow I'm making and all those things. But now my cash flow is over 5,000. It's 5,200 something around there. Technically, that's more than enough for me to live. Like if I just stop selling, if I stop buying any other properties, I can live, which means technically I achieved financial freedom in less than 4 years through real estate investing. So if I can do it, honestly, I don't see any reason why you guys cannot do it, because there is no difference. It's market does change always, but you got to find your own creative ways based on the market. You got to adjust your strategies and keep moving forward and keep reinvesting, because that's one thing. From the day one until now, I'm not living in $1 million mansion. If you have checked my home tour, it's a home I bought 2.5 years ago for 300,000, and I'm still living in that house. So the reason I can afford $1 million home, I'm still like, not daring to, or not even willing to do that, because I want to put my costs down. I want to keep on investing, because if I keep on buying cash flowing properties, the banks will not say no to me. So I can keep buying more properties. So that's where I am right now, Sas. Chamster, another question. Thank you for holding the interactive session. Can you please make a video from buyer point of view? What are all the things do you need to check before buying a new home or a home, apart from mandatory inspection? So what do you need to have? Like I'll try to, I already made a video. I'll try to put a link in the description. But in a nutshell, if you're a first-time home buyer, number one thing is you make your finances ready. Like go talk to your mortgage guy, see how much you will qualify for. That's the first place. And make sure you have your down payment ready. And now if you're a first time home buyer, go find a good realtor in the city that you're looking to buy, because that's very important. A lot of people think that they don't need a realtor. Honestly, I got like, until I have my license, I was working with my good friend who eventually became my partner. She was my realtor for all my deals. um, the reason is she's mentoring me, not only just help buy that property, also I'm learning a lot from that person. I learned, what's the neighborhood look like, what's the price points, what's how can I find the contacts for renovating the property, how can I find a contacts for property management. There are so many things. How can I find the market value? I learned how to do all those things along the way. If you find a good realtor who can, whom you can relate to and who is like really knowledgeable in the local market, they can help you not only just purchase with the purchase, also help you to really mentor you to with your future goals as well. So that's what I would strongly recommend. And of course, after that, the next steps, the realtor will help you with everything. What's the next steps you need to follow? Do you notice the selling price is higher than the appraisal value on updated purchases? How about potential BRRRR properties? Did you notice selling prices is higher than the appraisal value? Haven't noticed much in Windsor yet. I still get the appraisal values, no issue. At least if you're buying, if you're not paying over the market value, if you did your numbers properly. So I haven't seen that much. And how about BRRRR potential BRRRR properties? What do you mean by how about BRRRR potential properties? Elaborate your question on that a little bit more, Sky. And Wamshi, I'm from Nizamabad. I'm working from home as an underwriter for a brokerage. I want to come to Canada and have a career as a mortgage agent. I have messaged you in LinkedIn, but no response. Sorry, Wamshi, I don't use LinkedIn that much. So I'll make sure, my team look into that. But, I'm not much ever of on the immigration side. But if you want to come and start, once you have a status here, you want to become a mortgage agent, definitely we can connect. Related to immigration, maybe find some other immigrant professional who can help you with the immigration process to come here. I'm going to enter in express entry from PR soon. Okay, awesome. So you already found out your way. Please advise me on my career. So you already told me that you're going to have a mortgage license. It's a great career, especially if you have that experience, and it's a sales career as well. So again, applies the same concepts as a realtor. You got to build your leads pipeline, and you got to network a lot. You got to bring your value onto the table. You'll find people who are willing to work with you, and the more you build, the more income you can make over the period. Saran, how did you get over the fear when you're buying your first home? Man, great question. I love that, because I even made a video on this one. Like, I was really scared, because put yourself in my shoe. I'm an immigrant, no family here, no friends purchased. By the time when I was buying my first property, none of my friends purchased a home. So no friends. So those two things are the biggest things caused me a lot of fear and anxiety, because what am I doing? Am I doing the right thing? Is it the right thing? And all those things, all those fears were like so much engraved in me and my wife. But thank God, what I did was, I started networking. I was reading a lot of blogs and watching podcasts, reading books. That's a big part of my life. Like, I joined Bigger Pockets. If you haven't, go check out that Bigger Pockets. They are my gurus. They have like ton of content. And now, when I started to read all those things, and I found a Win City Investor Club here, my partner Cassidy, who started like right then at that time. So I started to go to these networking events, and I started to make connections with other people who are doing these things. So I was scared, but because I was talking to people who are doing, they said, hey, that feeling every one of us will have. And trust me, many people told me buying the first property is the toughest thing, and the buying second property is much easier than the first property, and the third property is much more easier. Now then, after that, like it's a snowball, like I said. So that fear will be there. Acknowledge the fear, but take actions. Network with people who are doing it. Read books. Learn about the strategies that you're implementing, and make friends. and now just go do it. No matter what, the fear won't go away until you do it. Because if you know if you're doing is the right thing, then why do you have to let that fear stop you? That's exactly what I did. So I was scared and I still took actions, and I went through so many challenges too. But again, that I did not let that stop me. And here, I'm having an issue with getting a big enough loan because my yearly income is not enough. Any way to get around this? Trying to buy a duplex as a primary residence and rental. So again, that's more like a mortgage guy question. I would say you got to start talking to a lot of more mortgage people, because initially when I was on my work permit, people said I cannot qualify because of my status. And the same thing, if you're looking to buy a duplex, most likely your income from the other property will also be added to your income. So you got to find ways. Maybe you got to find the property that fits within your price point, where you can take that income plus your income, and plus your mortgage went down because the income you're getting from the other unit. But maybe find the right mortgage agent. If you're looking to buy in Windsor, especially me and my team, we have a lot of connections, we can help you with that. So DM invest, or DM me saying invest. My team will get back to you as soon as possible with all the contacts. We'll put you in with the right contacts who can help you with the uh, getting qualification up to where you can buy a property that you can qualify. But if you're in a bigger city where the prices are very high, now you got to look at different cities. That's a big thing. So yeah, DM us, we'll try if we can help you. Bro, you're missing so many questions. Answer mine, logo. Let me speak to your phone. Sorry, man. There are so many comments. So here, I'll do my best to help answer questions. So let me go back and check any questions I missed. Let me see here on Instagram. Jack, hey Aditya, I'm looking to purchase a property, don't have my finances inact. So looking into JV strategy, how do you usually find good partners? Great question. So if you're doing for the first time, start with your inner circle, your own, friends and family who can trust you, because you're doing for the first time. That's what I would do. I got my third property as a JV, who is my from my inner circle, a person whom I know for years, and who really like trusted my instincts, who trusted me, because he knows I don't have that much experience, but he trusted me because he likes me as a person. So people who already trust you, people who already know you, maybe your parents, maybe your brother, your sister, your good friend, or your spouse, I don't know. So go find from those, because those are the first one, easiest one to trust you. Depends on what each partner is bringing on a table. Start with a relationship with other people can bring to the deal. Great answer, Darshan. Thank you for answering that. How do you structure your JV partnerships? Gurjukular, sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. Great question. So again, I used to do differently. Now I'm doing a little bit differently. So I'll tell you what I'm doing right now, and I'll tell you what I have done in the past. So first, I'm right now I'm only taking the JV partners as a private lenders. So they will be lenders on my deal. They get a fixed interest rate. That working very well, because a lot of investors that I talked in recent times, they're happy with 12% a year, and they love that, because they don't have to think about anything, and they got lien on the property, first mortgage, and plus my personal guarantee and all those things. So they love that, because now it's a pure passive income. And before, with the JV partners I only had like 2 or 3 JV partners whom I did multiple deals with. So with them, they were the one who is bringing in the credit and the cash that needed for purchase and the renovations, and we are splitting the profit 50-50. So he's the money partner, I'm the active partner. So all my partners, they never even saw their properties even till the date, because one person is located in different province, one person is located in different country in US. So again, for them, still, because I know what strategy I'm implementing, I was able to BRRRR that projects within 1 year and give their cash back, all the money they invested in, and they still got 50-50 partnership. So that was a great strategy. But then now, like, after all these years, now I started to think, a lot of people are happy with the 12%. So now I'm structuring in that way as a private lenders. But again, if the different deal comes up where I need more money, where I might look for 50-50 as well in a different projects. So it depends on project by project. Looks like I missed some more questions here. Which is the best place to start real estate with lot of opportunities? How to start real estate? Uday, good question. So I would say the best place to start in real estate as a real estate agent is the city where you born and raised, where you are living right now, with the city that you know more, where you have connections. That's a city I would suggest, because that's a city you know already, and you can learn more about it, and you can excel in that city. And how to start? Just search on YouTube how to get your real estate license in Ontario. I have made a video, a very detailed, it's like 15 minutes, which every steps, so check out that part. And DSZ, for a flip, is it different from to borrow money for renovations and a first time home buyer? Good question. So for flip it's different, but as a first time home buyer, this is one strategy many people don't know. If you're a first time home buyer, you can do flip or BRRRR from the get go. Listen to this carefully. If you're a first time home buyer, if you're buying a home that needs some love, that needs some cosmetic updates, you ask the bank, hey, I want to buy this home for my personal purpose. They will give you for 5% down, and plus if the property need updates like updating the kitchen, flooring, painting, adding extra, finishing the basement, all those things, they'll give you money for renovations as well. Of course, your income to debt ratio has to qualify, and that's exactly what I did. So now you put only 5% down, including your purchase price plus renovations. They'll give you together. There is some numbers, the maximum up to they can lend up to. So you got to look into those. But think it this way: if you're buying a 400,000 property and you need another 50,000 for renovations, and you qualify up to 450, now they'll give you all 450. You put only 5% down, so that means you only put 22,500. That's it. So that means from the get go you only have 22,000. You don't even have to refinance that property. So technically you did BRRRR strategy on the purchase right away. That's the great thing as the first time home buyers. A lot of people miss this. So if you're a first time home buyer, make sure you utilize that strategy, so that way you can maximize your leverage. And after 1 or 2 years, once your property value increased to certain amount where you can refinance at 80% loan to value, and if possible pull some money out. Of course, the normal BRRRR, when you put 20% down and you put your renovation money, it's quick to take your money out. But in this strategy you already took your money out because you didn't put any. But if you want to get more money out, you just wait for 2-3 years, because you already don't have money. Now you just save extra money and buy another one, or find a JV partner, because now you have experience on that project. Hope that answers. So guys, we got another 1 minute here. I'm going to answer one last question, and if I missed anything, I'm sorry. I'm going to definitely come back again. So here on, I'm going to do live every week Thursday 7 p.m. So make sure join me live. And also, if you're looking to get help in Windsor, me and my team are here, happy to help you with buying, selling, investing, to strategize. We can jump on a call with you, help you to strategize and all those things. So make sure DM us invest. Me or my team will get back to you as soon as possible, and we can go from there. So let me quickly take a last question here. Is it possible to live in Brampton and be a first-time homebuyer in Windsor while working in Brampton? Loki, sorry, that's a great name. Yes, definitely it's possible. Only, reasoning you got to give to your lender, your bank, has to be accurate. It has to be common sense. So because when you're buying 5% down, that means the insurance company is involved for the lender. So they will look at your reason. If you have a work from home job, you're living in Brampton, but your job is work from home. Now you say, hey, I have work from home. I don't want to live in this condo and pay this rent. I want to move in. And we have helped a lot of clients like that who got mortgage. So we got to talk to just you got to have a right reason. If you do, then most likely you will. And maybe your spouse is working from home and you're working at the city. Now within the city, now your spouse can qualify. So now you can still, so there are different ways. So just maybe connect with the right mortgage agent. If you're looking to buy in Windsor, like I said, DM us invest. We'll get in touch. We'll put you in touch with the right mortgage agents who have done that in the past, so that you can get help. Okay, I'll take one last question here and we'll hop out so that you can have a wonderful evening. What advice can you give for a 17 years old looking to get into real estate, still in high school and have a years left until graduation? I'm planning to be a construction manager and do real estate on the side. Here, you got energy, you have time. Learn, read a lot of books, learn, watch Bigger Pocket, watch my videos, and find ways to maybe do wholesaling. Start finding sellers and sell it to other investors. Make money. Try to make as much as money doing while you're learning, or go work with someone, maybe help someone with the renovation projects or something. Be an assistant for any investor. Go find some ways you can work with someone so that you can help them, so you can learn as well along with that. So go from there. Here, my wife said there is reply for someone who have been eagerly waiting for question regarding sandwich. Sorry, I missed what that question was regarding the sandwich. How is the sandwich area in Windsor? How much should you rent all inclusive triplex, 3 bedroom, 1 bath? What property management company do you work with? And questions do you ask before hiring them? Okay, great question. So sandwich area personally, I love because it's still up and coming location. It's between the existing bridge, another new bridge that is construction going on in between that. So the location is coming up. It's still like, you got to to find a good tenant, you got to make the property clean, then only you can attract better tenant. But the location is coming up and it's right not too far from university. You can find good students, international students, and rent them. So if it's a 2 bedroom, a clean property, you can rent for 1400-1500 if it's nicely updated. If it's not updated, maybe 1200, 1150, around there. Again, depends on the size, depends on if you're doing plus utilities or not, but I would look somewhere from 12 to 1500. Property management company that I work with a couple of them. I work with a Goldmar property management company. I work with Maximum Solutions. So mm, basically the questions I would like to ask them is, hey, what do you guys do for me? How do you maintain, how often do you do the maintenance? What's their fees? What is included in the fees? What is not included? How much is the fees for the snow cleaning? How much is the fees for grass cutting? Book an appointment with them and maybe get some referrals from their other investors who own properties with them. So talk to them, see what they think about those property management company. So that's what I would do. Awesome, man. We already exceeded by 4 minutes for today, but love to hop on. I see a lot of interaction. I'm sorry, so sorry if I missed any questions. But I promise here on, I'll be joining live every week. And also, I put a link in the description there. We have started a newsletter. If you would like to know more about different investing strategies and my portfolio, what I'm doing here, what my team is doing here, different things, you will be learning a lot. So make sure you click that link and put your name and email address, so you'll be hearing more often from us. So with that, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, have a wonderful evening. See you guys.